welcome to Traveling Knits. This is chapter 39. It is around a little before 7:30 on a Wednesday. It is June 5th and it has been a couple of weeks. So for those of you that have kind of figured out or have paid attention to where I live in Dayton, Ohio. And on Memorial Day night, we were hit by, I believe as of right now, it's been confirmed, 14 tornadoes. I live actually in a town called Beaver Creek, and if you followed the tornadoes, Beaver Creek was one of the worst hit. So I am fortunate in that I did not really get any damage. My car got a little bit of hail damage, but other than that, my windows are intact. I have air conditioning, which is more than I can say for almost all of my neighbors. It's kind of creepy. So I figured I'll just talk about that right off the bat instead of leaving it at the end. But yeah, so basically, I think around 10:15 at night, we'd been under a tornado watch all day, and then we switched to a warning. I had been texting some of my friends, and once it got really bad, I actually did move to my bathroom. So I have two bathrooms in my apartment. I am a corner apartment unit, and seeing the damage, I may be second guessing whether I want to live in a corner apartment again, but I've always been in a corner apartment. I like having least amount of shared walls. But anyway, so the bathroom that I was in is actually the bathroom. This is my guest room. So the bathroom is connected to this, and it is the interior most room, we could say, for my apartment. And then my living room is actually, the whole wall is windows. So once it got really bad, I had my phone with me. I downloaded a radio app because the Weather Channel app was doing nothing. All my news I was getting from Twitter. I don't have TV, I don't have cable, so my phone is where I get most of my news, and the Weather Channel was doing a really bad job. There was a Twitter account that I was following. I think it's Wilmington Weather Station, like the tower. I think that's what it was. They did phenomenal job. But anyway, I got a radio app, and it was people, well, like the hosts, were talking about the tornadoes and where they were, and it was real creepy to have them name streets that you live on. And I have one of the malls is right across from me. Now you can basically figure out where I live. But basically there's a mall across the street from me, and they're, on the radio, they were like, it's at the mall, and you could tell the sound inside of the apartment just changed. It kind of sounded like a weird vacuum cleaner, like a very strong sucking noise. It's like hard to explain. So wind whistles, and that's like a distinct whistling sound. The wind was not whistling. It was sucking. It was weird. And honestly, I don't think I've been more scared in my life. So yeah, basically as soon as it was over, I text all my friends. I'm like, are you okay? I think it just went over me. It lasted maybe a minute. It's not that long at all. There was just stuff being thrown against my window, which ended up, I believe it was hail was what was hitting my window. So I went out. I'll put a picture of the hail that we got. I think it's like the size of a golf ball. We didn't have a ton of it, but it definitely came down because I've got some nice chunks or divots in my car. So then I'm up, and then I hear there's another tornado coming. That second tornado picked up, went back into the sky, literally right by me. So they were basically converging. It was going over the path of the previous tornado. So yeah, almost got hit by a second one. The homes that are near me, a lot of them have their roofs damaged. Some of them have the roofs off. Most of the trees are down. The apartments that are right next to me, so I live in an apartment complex, and there are a couple apartment complexes all around me, and the ones that are behind me, the top floors, a lot of them are missing. Literally, they're gone. A whole unit is gone. It's real creepy. And I'm honestly, like, I think there's only one person reported as being killed. That's amazing. I don't know if people were just not home because it was the holidays. I know quite a few of my knitting group people were not here. So that's just kind of crazy. So yeah, and then the emergency crew was out, and I had to get on my flight. I had a flight Tuesday morning that boarded at 6 a.m. So I basically got no sleep. So I was just so tense, we could say. I didn't go to bed until the tornado warning was over because I was not going to be in my bed when I get hit by a tornado. So I didn't go to bed until close to 2 o'clock in the morning. And then I just could not go to sleep. Plus I had to be up by 4 o'clock to be able to get to the airport. So I basically got 2 hours of sleep. And then last week I went to Houston, Texas for my job, which was kind of fun. I saw turtle racing. Yeah, turtles legit race to the outside of a circle. Like, all these turtles are in the center, and then you lift it, and then all the turtles, just whichever one crosses the finish line first. It was so weird. And what was cool was that it was like betting, but you didn't have to bet money. You just, at the beginning of every heat, you could go pick a card, and the card had a turtle on it, and then if your turtle won the overall race for that group, that heat, then you got a prize, and the prize was a shot or it was a beer. So that was pretty cool. I mean, I had drinks other than what I technically won. I was lazy and I didn't go pick my card up, and so I didn't get a prize, even though my turtle did win the second heat. But yeah, if you're ever in Houston and you want to do something weird, it's in, I think there's a couple of them, but the one that I went to was in Midtown. There are food trucks outside. It's basically like a giant open bar and kind of like a sports bar. And you can bring your dogs there too. There were a lot of dogs, even during the turtle race, lots of dogs. Okay, so yeah, that's what's happened with me. So let's start with the knitting, shall we? For completed quests, we have nothing. That's right. It's been a while since we had a podcast without a finished object, but I just have been really busy. Just real busy. What with the tornado and then the traveling. So real busy. Haven't really had a ton of time to knit or to finish things. So for current quests, we do still have the Sizzle Pop, but I have been making progress on this. I might be in the middle of a row. Maybe? No, I'm not. So this is the Sizzle Pop that I am on, or the Sizzle Pop that I'm making. And yeah, I have made quite a lot of progress. I think I'm on my 7th repeat out of 11, I think, if I remember. Yeah, I feel like it just looks small still. I'm honestly going to keep going until I run out of yarn. This is how much I have left. Still quite a decent amount. This is Magpie fibers in Underground Velvet and London Rain, which I always call London Fog. The needles are something 32-inch gibberish. I swear. They're so hard to read when they're on the cable. I don't know. Is this a 5? Whatever. It's whatever's in the pattern. And this is one side. And this is the other side. Man, that looks so good on camera. This side, this does not look as pronounced in person, but it looks real good. I'm really enjoying knitting that. I'm very much enjoying that. I am pumped to have it completed though, because I can't wait to wear this. Also, these are, I'm pretty sure they're MCN, so there's cashmere in it. Maybe my first completed thing that has cashmere in it. And I'm keeping that in my Fringe Supply Co. field bag, and I do have 2 pins on it. This one is Crunk, and he is speaking squirrel, so it says squeaky squeak, squeaker squeakin'. It's from Emperor's New Groove, one of my faves. And then this one is She Ain't Messin' With No Broke Niffler, which is, I love like references to things. So funny. This pin is from Disney World. This pin is from Ink and Wonder. I think that's what it is. My next quest is in a Mrs. Brown's bag. I love this bag. I still love it. It's still one of my favorite prints that she has. It has this little unicorn on it, which is from Knitpicks. And I am knitting socks. And this is what they look like so far. So I'm knitting them on my 9-inch circulars on, I think they're Hayas. And these are size 1s. The yarn I'm using is Universal Yarn Co. Ditto in the colorway 4815. At first I thought it was going to be random, but it's actually striping, which looks pretty dang cool. I'm doing a mini, but it's a 10 gram mini. So I wasn't sure how far I would get with it. So I made just like a tiny little bit of the cuff, and then I'm going to do a Fish Lips Kiss heel, which I haven't done in a long time. I think I've only done it once. So I'm going to do a Fish Lips Kiss heel with this. And I seem to have lost my other 9-inch Circs size 1, because I like to do them concurrently so that I know how much yarn I have. And yes, I could weigh it, but when you're on the go, it's pretty easy to just knit them at the same time. And since I've lost them, I cannot do that. So I don't know if I'll be able to do the toes. We'll see. So what I'll probably end up doing is I'll knit till I get to the toes and then put them on double points. And then I'll knit the other pair and do the heel and then get to the toe and then see how much I have left over. So there are 2 50-gram balls or skeins. And these socks are going to be for me. And I think they look pretty cool. So this is a yarn that I got from my friend when her Omi passed away. So this is one of the sock yarns that I had grabbed from her. And it feels really good to be knitting it up. I actually reorganized some of my yarn over here in that I put all the yarn that I already have caked up, because when I first started buying expensive yarn, I would cake it up immediately. And I didn't realize that that's actually not that good for your yarn. So I've been trying to knit with the stuff that I have caked up. So aside from the 4 here, all of this is like caked up yarn. I'm very excited for this one right here. This looks really cool. Also, this one's pretty cool. I'm excited for all of them. Maybe not this rainbow one. I liked it in the skein, and then I liked it when it was in the hank. Then when I skeined it up, I was kind of like, that's super rainbowy. I don't know. Rainbow, I like rainbow, I just don't wear it. I feel like it's too hippie-ish for me. It's just not my style. So those are the 2 current quests that I'm on. That's it. That's what I've been working on. Now, we come to Smaug's Trove, and yes, I have more, but I didn't buy this. this is actually my Easter gift. So for whatever reason, my package just got lost in the mail, we could say. My brothers got theirs relatively quickly, and then mine took about 2 months. But some of the things that were in there was yarn. So my mom was in Germany, and what do you do when you go to Germany? You buy affordable sock yarn. So she picked up a bunch of Regia for me. Actually, I was at work and she was at the store, and I called her and she picked out some of the yarns that she had taken pictures of for me. So we'll start off with the staple, and that is I got 2 50-gram balls of Pairfekt or 4-ply in the colorway 44, which is basically a gray. I don't know yet if I'm going to make gray socks or if I'm going to use them for heels, toes, and cuffs, but they have intention. The next one, which I'm excited for all of them. I guess I'll go in order with what I'm the most excited for. This one, which is also another 4-ply Pairfekt. It is in colorway 3732. It is cool looking. It's like this maroonish purple color, and then a weird plied green and blue, and then a bit of yellow. This one, I can't wait to see what this one looks like. There's actually, so if I open it up, there's quite a lot of bluish green right here. But then this section, not really. So it says, it looks like it's gonna stripe, but I'm excited for this one. Then the next thing I'm excited for is this one, which is called Dixipix color, and it's in colorway 7069. So it's like a brown with a light sherbet orange and a highlighter yellow, and then some darker spots of brown. And this one should look like this. So I'd say it's gonna have like the orange stripe, the yellows, and the orange up there. And then the last one I thought was just interesting. It is a Regia Pairfekt. So it'll make 2 matching socks, and it's a gradient of grayish blue. I thought these would be really cool if I did a cabled sock. Like, they still have something interesting going on, but I could do cables with it. So technically, 5 sock yarns if you make these, if you make the 250s into 100. Now, depending on when I get the yarn that I just ordered, I may have Smaug's Trove again. So, sad news, Hey Sister Yarn Co. Is no more, and Rachel and Tabby, or Tabby and Rachel, they have decided to close up shop to be able to spend more time with their young children. So, and I totally get that. Like, I'm not mad or anything, but I had been holding off on purchasing a sweater's quantity of Drizzle and Taupe Frost. And so I did it. I bought a sweater's quantity of both of those and sepia, because that was another color that I really liked. So I spent a lot of money on yarn that I hadn't planned to spend, especially since if you watched my last podcast, you saw all the yarn that I had purchased recently. I had no plans, no business, but when a yarn company decides to close their store and no longer sell yarn, and you want it, you just do it. You just do it. So, yeah. There are some yarny activities coming up. I-75 has a yarn crawl that is pretty big. I think it's several days long, and you can get a passport and go to all of them. I think I'm gonna skip it. I'm just gonna have to, because Vogue Knitting Live is gonna be in Columbus this year, and I'm gonna go to that. And then Stitches Midwest, it's basically in my parents' neighborhood, so I like to go to that now. This year will be my 3rd year going. I kind of think that I'm gonna take the Monday off so that I can be there on Sunday. I might do that. So those are in the plans. But other than that, yeah, I really need to like lay off the yarn purchasing. We have a lot of yarn in our lives right now. A lot of yarn. So that's it for all the knitting. The last topic that I always like to bring up is a novel idea, which is where I talk about a book. And this episode's book is taking it way back, I guess, way back. And it is a book by Meg Cabot. And I thought of bringing it up because Meg Cabot has a new series. And I actually won one of the books from her publisher. So I'm pretty excited about that. So I thought I would recommend a different book by her that I love, and that is Size 12 is Not Fat. It is the first book in the Heather Wells series. It is it's a mystery series. It is about a woman who used to be a teen pop star, but then her mom ran off with all of her money, so now she no longer is a pop star. She's also gained some weight, and she now works at a college, and it's just so entertaining to read. I loved it. It's a really good series, and there are multiple books, and the series is complete, so pretty easy to binge. I would put it's a mystery, but I would put in the chick lit category at the library. If I had to pick one, I'd pick chick lit. Wow, I would pick chick lit. Wow, who would have thought that would be a hard sentence to say? So definitely pick it up. I loved the series back in the day when I read it. I want to say I was either in high school or freshman year of college. It was back. It was way back when I did read those. But I would recommend those. So yeah, a novel idea. Meg Cabot, not the Princess Diaries, which I like the Princess Diaries, but I haven't had a desire to return to the series and reread them. And I kind of like her adult stuff more than her kid stuff. But anyway, that is basically it. I've already talked about the chattery parts of my life this past couple weeks. So yeah, I'm safe. Everyone that I know is safe. We have some damaged homes. One of my good friends, his brother's house got damaged. Something went through his wall. But other than that, my neighbor friends that are in the apartment complex, they do not have AC. So, but that's about it. Everyone I know is good. So thanks so much for tuning in, and I will see you guys hopefully still this month, hopefully in 2 weeks. Thanks for checking it out. Bye guys.